much for tuning into this week's episode of the Eating Podcast. This is Alicia. Y'all, I am here with somebody I love dearly. I am so excited, and I have been bugging him forever. Hello, to be on this podcast. He and I kind of grew up together within like church settings, and
Yep.
then we went to high school together
hmm
and just have been friends ever since. And you guys are like, okay, can you just tell me who it is? Like, why is there so much anticipation here? I am here with Byron Landers. I am so excited to talk to him today. Because he and I, like I said, we have been trying to get this going for a
hmm
while now.
Yeah.
And as
Yeah.
we were like putting, our thoughts together on like what we were going to talk about, I'm really excited that we're going to share obviously some things that are about his artistry because he's a musician. He's an actor. He does so many things. I don't want to even take away from all the things that he does. Um, but yes, y'all, please welcome Byron Landers to the podcast. Yay!
Hey,
Aw,
everybody.
right? I
Man,
am
happy to
so
be here.
yeah, yes, and I'm so happy you are here. Um, I will say this, starting out, we were just talking about this off when we weren't recording, but I was saying to him, growing up, Byron, when he was a child, and even now, I mean, you're still directing, right?
Yeah.
As a choir
Yep.
director,
hmm
there was a choir during Black History Month. And the title was it was Charles Folds. He was a musician, like a gospel musician,
Yeah.
um, and he's passed on.
hmm
But when we were younger, he would come to Evansville and he would conduct like these workshops where we would come and we would rehearse songs that he would teach us. And then the
Yep.
people in our community would then either direct. We brought the people together as a choir. They would appoint people with solos. All that
hmm
to say, I don't even know how young we were. And I'm
Yeah.
older than Byron.
Right.
But I remember seeing him direct. And I was like, excuse me? Like, how old were you when you started directing?
Period. I
Yeah.
started directing like when I was like 6 years old. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I remember seeing you. You were the cutest little kid. I mean, I was a kid too. Let's be serious. But like, and I remember you getting up on that box. You know that box everybody stood up on.
Yep. Yep.
And when you started doing all the things, clearly I don't know all the terminology when it comes to directing. I was like, what is happening right now? How does this little kid know what to do? Like, he looks younger than me. Like, he has it together.
Yeah.
So, like,
Yeah.
all that to say, what drove you, or like, what was the thing that like said, okay, in your body that was like, I
Mhm.
can do this as a director at age 6? Like, how did that even come about?
Oh, God. I would say it was even earlier than that. I remember
Right.
both of my parents was in the church choir, and
Uh
during
huh.
that time, back in the day, everybody could sing. Everybody's choir, no
Yes.
bigger how big or how small, everybody could sing. Well, I was
Yep.
blessed to be in the church. We had a really good music department, and we
Right.
had a director who was a guy. His name is Reverend Saunders Jr. I would
Yes.
watch him. I would like be locked in
Mm.
on him every Sunday. And one day I was
Yeah.
just like, I could do this. As a little kid, I could do this. So I'd be at home in the mirror playing the little cassette tapes of gospel music, and I'd just be directing. And get this, I would sneak in my mom's closet and get her choir robe, and I'd put it on, acting like I was directing. I'm telling you. And that's really where it started for me. Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And so I guess from there, it's like, then who was like, you know what? Let's let Byron direct.
hmm
Like, what were you doing? You know what I'm saying? Like in church, because it had to have been at some point that someone was like, okay, this kid wants to direct. Let us give him a chance. Like,
Yeah.
do you remember what that moment was, or like who actually pointed you out and said you need to be directing?
Yes, yes. I tell you exactly when it was. It was
Uh-huh.
back in the summer of 19. Not playing. It was it was the summertime, and I think it was like
Right.
I was in kindergarten, I believe, and I was a
Okay.
part of the I don't know if you remember the C.K. Newsom youth choir, and
Yes.
I was a part of that, and Miss Diane Northington was over
Yes,
us.
Miss Diane.
I'm telling you, and I was like the baby of the choir, so everybody looked out for me. So I knew I could go to her,
Right.
and I asked her one day. I
Right.
said, "Is there any way I could direct?" And she said, "Really?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am." And from there, it just took off.
Oh,
Yeah.
I I love that. I remember Miss Diane because the thing is, I don't know why I never got into that choir, but
Hmm.
I had really good family friends that were in the choir. And every once in a while, I would be up at the CK and I would
Yeah.
just be looking at y'all like, man, I really wish I could be in that choir. And like I said, I don't know what happened. I don't know why I
Uh,
wasn't in it, but I always like admired that choir because I was like, all these kids are like singing. And it might have been something, I think it might have been I was doing some other extracurricular stuff that wouldn't allow me to
hmm.
do it in
Right.
schools, which is a bummer because I loved that choir.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Oh
loved
yeah.
it.
Yeah. We were some
Oh,
singing little somebodies. I'm telling
yes.
you. Whew.
And I mean, super talented. And that's what I always tell people too. It's like, people in Evansville, there is so much talent in Evansville,
Yes.
Indiana.
Absolutely.
And I don't know if you listened to my podcast episode with Dr. Hinton. We
Yeah.
talked about that.
Yeah.
How there's so much talent there, and
Absolutely.
it's just wild to me, especially like now that I go outside of Evansville
Hmm.
and I see things, and I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
No. Right. That part. Yeah. Yeah. I
right,
agree. Yeah. Yeah.
right.
Oh yeah. So yeah.
So it's wild. So all that to say, I am just giving you your flowers now. Like you have been doing your
Oh
thing
man.
for so long, and I've always I can't believe all these years I've never said that to you,
Oh wow.
but I have admired seriously what you have done. As a musician and everything for so long, and then I had to say that. I was like, before we
Oh,
really get moving with this, it's like I had to let you know because
thank
that's
you.
phenomenal.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. From the bottom of my heart, I really
Yeah.
appreciate that. Thank you.
You are so yes, you are so welcome.
Yeah.
Now, beyond this, we were talking about some other stuff, y'all. And this is like something that I was like, okay, if you're okay, Byron, with talking about this, let's do it. Because I feel like mental health, especially in the Black community, particularly with Black men, is something that is sometimes either dismissed, or people just want to just completely ignore it and not address the fact that men also experience mental health issues. um and so I'm really happy that Byron is willing to talk about his experience dealing with mental health and how he is every day getting better and better with those things that have happened to him.
Hmm.
So my first thing is I wanted to say is thank you for being this vulnerable.
Yeah.
Um, because it's a very touchy subject, and a lot of people would just not even share. I
Yeah.
mean, the last time we really like talked, it's been a while, and for you to just be like, I mean, that also speaks to our friendship. We don't have to talk for a long time, and we still can come back like it never,
Yep.
like time never passed.
Yep.
But I appreciate you, being willing to share, some of your story around this. So first thing I just wanted to just ask is how like what was with how long have you like known that you've been struggling with certain mental health issues in your life?
Oh wow. I knew something was off when I graduated high school. So that was
Mm,
2000.
right,
It really hit me. And I had probably been dealing with it longer than that, just wasn't paying attention to it. But after I
right,
graduated, you know how everybody just goes their ways, and it was like
right,
just me and just what
right,
I was dealing with, and then that's when it hit me. I'm like, wait a minute, something's off. But I didn't
Right.
know how to deal with that, so I
Yeah.
just dove into music.
Mhm.
So that was just kind
Yeah.
of like the best way of dealing with it at the time without really dealing with it. But
Yep. Yep.
so at that time I was at my dad's church, and I was over the music department. So, that took a lot of, you got to put a lot of time and effort, and, it takes up a lot of your time when you're over there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I did that. So, yeah.
Okay. And I think so from there when you were like
hmm
working like with the music department and all that stuff, were there certain things that were like still like where you felt like okay, even though I'm in this music, this is going to be enough for me, or or were you seeking help? Were you seeking help? Like how was that looking for you during that time? Does that make sense?
Well,
Am I making sense?
yeah, you're making sense. You're making sense. You're making sense.
Okay.
I don't know. It was like I was doing it for years,
Uh-huh.
but slowly, like year after year, it was almost like things were falling apart within me. Like I was
Yeah.
noticing, my sleep pattern. I was noticing different things. Here was the biggie when
Yeah.
uh being around people, being around crowds. Now, when you sing in a choir, that's what you do. You're around big crowds.
Right.
But I noticed that whenever I would go to like support another group or another person at a church or wherever, I couldn't
Right.
do it. I would sit either
Mm.
way in the back, or if the church had a balcony, I was way up there. I would do everything in my power to like avoid like contact with people. That's when I
Right.
noticed I was like, okay, wait a minute. I'm feeling some type of way about this. I can't live my life hiding because I just can't deal with I just felt like I felt claustrophobic. And it
Right.
was like I'm like, okay, oh God, oh God, oh God. And I would get so like nervous to where I was literally shaking. And I'm like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
something's wrong. And then the
Right.
next year it'd be something else. And then the next year it'd be something else. And it would just
Right.
pile up. And then I got to the
Right.
point, I'm like, something's got to be done. I can't, something's wrong. So
Right.
even though many times I tried to cover it up, because
Right.
in the black community, especially with men, and and in the
Right.
church community, we don't talk about that.
Right.
We don't deal with that. You just basically suck it up and move on. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do,
Right. Right.
and that's kind of the attitude I took on. That, well, you just got to suck it up. You a man. You got to get do this the best way you can. So I basically just put on a mask
Right.
and would just go
Mm.
home and just have to deal with it and cry myself to sleep and just and I started drinking for a time.
Right.
I mean like drinking,
Right.
drinking, drinking, and finding other outlets to
Right.
kind of dull it, if that makes sense. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
and
no, it
then
makes
that
total
became a
sense.
problem. So it was
Right.
a mess. It was a mess.
Right. And thank you for like I said, I'm just gonna keep saying thank you for sharing this because I know this is a lot, just
Yeah.
kind of like especially if there's, reliving certain things. Sometimes if you've I'm the kind of person if I can share something that means I've gotten better with it. But I mean it's
hmm
still good to kind of like hear that people are, supporting.
Yeah.
Were there people in your life though that were like noticing anything? And if so, did they share anything with you in real time, or was it like maybe after you shared with them that you were going through stuff?
In the beginning, um, there was only one person who actually saw it,
Uh-huh.
and that was my cousin Larry, and
Right.
we grew up like
Okay.
brothers. So he
Right.
immediately like clocked it and was like, "B, do you need to talk to somebody?" And I'm like, "No, I
Right.
was still in denial. I'm like, "Oh no." He said, "B, I know how you move." um, and I know
Yeah.
how you know, even though you're older than I am, I know you. So he kind of planted a
Right.
seed because at the time I still wasn't. I was still in denial. Oh, I'm fine. I got this. I don't need no. I don't need to talk to
Right.
nobody. What is that? You know, I got God on my side.
Right.
The whole cliche
Yes.
things that we do in church. And,
Yes.
so. But he was the first to. But it
Mm.
still took a lot of years for me to really get to that place where I'm like, no, I need
Right.
help. Um, but there were some
Right.
other people. There were some other people later down the line that helped me. As a matter of fact, it was the person that I worked with on my job now.
Mm.
She pulled me
Right.
to the side and was like, uh, Byron, um, she was like, have you ever thought about talking to somebody? And I
Mm.
was like, I was frozen because I was like, oh my god, I just knew my mask was intact. I'm like, man, nobody knows.
Right.
And for you to see that,
Right.
I'm like, something's up. Like you're not even in my circle, and you
Right.
see something. So she
Right.
gave me a list of people a list of places
Wow.
to go, and um, after some time, I did research and I reached out to a couple of them people. It took some time, but I found
Right.
the right fit,
Right.
and that's where it started getting
Right.
help. Yeah,
Right. And thank you for pointing out that you found the right fit, because I think sometimes when people go into spaces, like especially like those therapeutic spaces for
yeah,
mental health, if you don't find the right fit, it's instantly like they're not good. This therapy stuff is trash. I knew it. I knew it. I don't need help. Blah blah blah.
yeah,
And then you're just back into the spiral.
yeah, yeah.
So did it take you a while to find the? I mean, because I mean, and I know that's why I'm laughing too, because it's
Yeah.
like some of these people. I mean, God bless. I'm not taking away from people's professional. Yeah,
It's the
I'm being
truth.
serious. Like
It's the truth.
it's the truth though. Not everybody is meant for everybody. Okay, like it's just it is
That
what it
part.
is. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean,
Exactly. Cause there's
uh,
been a couple of times where I'm like, okay, is my hour up? Uh, can I?
yes. It's
But
like what's that thing from Coming to America?
oh yeah.
Like I
Woo!
am exiting the stage left. Thank you and good night. Like
And good night. That part. But yeah, yeah. But you said it. You said it. That was what I dealt with when I first.
right.
I'm not gonna lie. I tried even before the lady on my job said something. After my cousin said
Uh-huh.
something, I was like, okay, maybe it is something to it. And I did. I started looking,
Right.
and I went through that. I was like, I don't think this is for me. I think but like you said, it's just you have to keep going. You have to keep looking. You have to
Right.
keep searching. You just can't drop
Right.
off, because somebody is
Right.
out there that is for you. I just believe it.
Right. Yeah. And I'm so glad we brought that up, because I think that is like so crucial for so many people. It's because like we said, in the Black community alone, I mean, people have gotten better. Like it's
Yeah.
gotten so much better,
Oh yeah.
right? Because
Definitely.
like especially if you grew up in the church too, because it was more of like that, God knows, pray it away, God knows all, he'll heal all. And for the longest, that was kind of like my mentality too. But I had to get to a point where it's like God also gives us the mind of discernment, right? And he has put these professionals on this planet to help us. So,
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
seriously.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And it's funny because my
Yeah.
dad said that one time when he preached, and I was like, okay, okay, maybe this is okay. Okay,
Right.
all right. And I had never heard that in church. My dad got up there and
Right.
said that, and I was like, oh wow. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So that was another little thing that opened up for me. to say, okay,
Right.
this is okay. Stick with this. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? Maybe
Right.
it's okay. you know.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
and the thing is, like, I think too, us growing up in church, it's a blessing, and at the same time, it can kind of be stifling because it's like
I,
you
yes.
hear one thing,
Mhm.
and then it's like, okay, but if I go against what my church says, then I'm blasphemous, right? Like I can't
Right.
do that. But
Right.
it's like it's not that. It's just the old teachings that, and
Yes.
these were from people who were well meaning. They were well
Yeah.
meaning.
Right.
At least I want to believe they were. I want to believe they were well meaning. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Right.
And at the same time, it's like I'm struggling, friend. Like
Mhm.
I like this. There's something else that I need, and so
Yes.
I'm glad that this is coming from the pulpit, that people are now sharing, this knowledge to people to let them
Mhm.
know, like, you can seek refuge outside of your church.
Mhm.
Because there's even I don't know, I can't remember the name of that platform. Oh, there's a platform, it's called Alma. That's how I found my last therapist.
Mhm.
And on that platform, they give you the options of, like, do you want someone who is affiliated with this religion and this? I mean, it can be catered to a point where you can be talking to someone who understands where you're coming from, especially from
Understand.
a religious standpoint as well, you know?
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad
Yeah.
you said that. I'm glad you said that. Yeah. Because people
Yes.
need to hear that. People need to know that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like
Right.
when you only hear one thing for so long, you're locked into that one thing, and it's like, no, there's open up to more. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I
Right.
had to break away from church for about 5 years because it got to the point
Right.
where I was hearing. I didn't mean to switch gears. I mean, I'm sorry. I don't went
No, no, you're
somewhere.
good. No, this is perfect. No, this is perfect.
But it was like, it was too much. It was like for me, I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
dealing with this, and I'm at the breaking point right now. Like I know, like
Mm.
I'm starting to think about. I can say it now, but I was thinking about ending my life. Just
Right.
consistently, and all I
Right.
was hearing was a lot of church isms, and it just really
Yes.
wasn't.
Yes.
It was too much. It was too much for me because I knew if I
Yeah.
had stayed, I probably would have ended my life. And
Mm.
I
Wow.
needed that breakaway. And
Right.
I talked to my dad. He gave me his blessing. He wasn't tripping. He's a very
Right.
understanding minister, pastor, father. you know, and
Right.
he was like, "Do
Right.
what you have to do for you. You got to live your life."
Right.
So once I broke away, I was able to really like get a clear understanding of things. I just didn't see
Right.
things
Right.
from one side or one, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
Yeah.
I was able to, with my therapist, talk things out and not hold back and
Right.
really explore the root causes of this mental situation that I have going on. And it helped me to
Right.
really see me, you know, because
Wow.
for a long time I
Wow.
didn't like me. I didn't like me. I looked in the
Right.
mirror and I did not like who I saw or what I saw,
Right. Right.
and that was stemmed from some old stuff too. But to be able to get
Right.
to that place and have enough courage to break away from what I've always known, you know,
Right.
to be able to get that help and to be able to move
Yeah.
forward. I said a lot.
Yeah.
Whew.
That's, no, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Like, I am just grateful that, like I said, I thank you, thank you, thank you so much for just being this vulnerable, because, like I said, this is a lot. Like you said, this is a lot. Like,
Yeah,
and I, Lord, this is what happens when you're 47 years old. Your brain just starts going,
girl,
pew,
pure.
the
Hey,
thoughts,
come on.
the thoughts. I really had something lined up to say to you, and it just said, pew, gone. God bless. Oh, it's coming back. What I was going to say was, you know, I understand that kind of like removing yourself from certain spaces and places to get better clarity to possibly come back in. Like you saying, you had to remove yourself from church to get a clearer understanding of like who you were as a person and really identifying with Byron as
Yeah,
opposed to what people have kind of like put you in these boxes to be. You know what I'm saying?
that's it.
Right?
Yeah, that's it.
And that's something I also experienced where it's like, okay, I have to find out who Alicia is because based off what I have been told I should be or who I should be, it's like I don't feel that internally. And so because of that, I'm going to step away. It's not that I don't believe in God, right? Like I've not personally me, I've not gone back to church, but
Hmm.
everybody's journey is different. You know what I'm saying? I
Yes.
still believe in God. I'm very spiritual, things of that nature. But if I would not have stepped away from the church and I would have continued trying to like strong arm it, I don't know
Yeah.
where I would be. Right. And
Right.
that's just me being completely honest.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I feel the
You know?
exact same way. The exact same
Yeah.
way. If I had stayed there, I probably wouldn't even be here. So,
Right.
you
Right.
know, so I hear you. That's, hey,
Yeah.
whew, mercy.
Yeah. So I guess also too, it's just like when you started getting that clarity, when like when you started going back to you've started going back to church, you're saying
Hmm.
you started yeah. When you started going back, how was that for you? Was it kind of weird? It was almost like kind of like you start doing something you haven't done in a while. It's like, do I even know what I'm doing here? Was
It's
it
like,
that kind of
right. Yeah.
right?
Honestly, I went back. Okay, so I came out of Liberty Baptist Church,
Yes.
and my dad ended up becoming a pastor of Dove Chapel. Well,
Right.
after I left Dove Chapel and took that 5 year break, I ended up uh, visiting around the city, but I ended up back at Liberty. And when
Right.
I went back, it was like I don't know. I thought it was gonna be like that, but it was like just how like they say when you learn how to ride a bike and you haven't done it in a while, when you get back on it, it's it comes right back to you. It's
Right.
that's how it was. Like I went there
Oh,
and
I love
everybody
that.
just embraced me,
Mm.
and it was funny because when I first went back, I had talked to the pastor first, and he
Right.
already understood what I was needing. I mean, oh man, it gives me chills just thinking about it.
Oh, I
He
love
already
that.
understood. He got up and told the church. He said, "Look here, allow him to do what he do, okay? Because he
Yeah.
already
Right.
knows. Everybody knows me for the music and all of that stuff." He said, "Y'all leave him
Right.
alone." So they
Mm.
did.
Right.
So when I started coming back consistently, I just went back to the choir. They embraced me, they loved on me, and I'm directing
Right.
again.
I love that. And it
Uh,
makes and the thing is like just knowing how talented you are, I I can't imagine you not doing those things
yeah,
still in your life. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Like you are so talented. And even beyond this, y'all, him, being a choir director and all this stuff and a musician, he also, hello, creates puppets. I mean, what? Like, this is amazing. Like, it has
yeah.
different characters for these puppets. And the first time I was looking on social media one day, this was like, a few years ago, and
Mhm.
I saw you like putting together this puppet, like
Mhm.
creating it from like scratch. And I was
Yeah.
like, of course Byron is doing this. Of course. Yeah, I mean, seriously, because it's like you are so talented. It's like, why wouldn't he be doing something like this? So it's like I am, and I say all that to say too is like the fact that you have put yourself in a place to find you
Mhm.
and not lose the things that you love because depression and things of that nature can really strip you from the things
Yes.
that you enjoy doing, and people sometimes don't even realize it. They don't know why they've removed themselves from things that they normally love doing, and it's like,
Yeah.
why don't I like this anymore?
Right. Right. And I went through that. I went through that period.
Right.
where none of those things, not from music, I mean, none of those things I had
Wow.
joy in any longer. But
Right.
I'm telling you, after therapy and years of, really being consistent with it, those things slowly begin to come back. And with my
Mm.
therapist, we found, exercises where I could incorporate those things, me sewing again and, listening to
Yeah.
music again. And the joy began to come back. So I'm therapy. I'm always cheering for that. If anybody talk about they thinking about therapy, hey, go for it. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm the poster child.
Yes.
For
No, I
real.
love it.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
I
yeah,
love it. And I love that you as a black man, you're saying this with such confidence and not in a way of like, "Oh yeah, I tried." It's like, "No, this works."
yeah,
Find the right person for you. Like, don't give up on yourself. I think it's one of the biggest things. Like, don't give up on yourself.
yeah.
Right? Like, I
Right.
feel like that is like a driving message for anybody, really, but particularly for black men, because I feel like black men and what's up with this thumbs up? This is so crazy. But anyway, did you see that? Why does
Uh huh.
that
Yeah.
happen?
I don't know.
Anyway, now of course I'm not doing it because whatever. But anyway, so but yeah, I think as black men, especially in America, this place is hard. This
Yeah.
place is hard. And
Yes.
on top of all the day-to-day living, you being a black man in America, it's like how can I win? So like, how can I win in this place and space? Like,
Telling you.
so
Yeah.
I think that it's so I think this is so affirming and empowering, hopefully, to other black men to be like, you know what? Thank you, Byron, for like
Yeah.
saying this because many times, like we said before, and just different black men that we've had in our families and just friends, and family friends or whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
they'll dismiss it, like ain't nothing wrong with you. You just a little
Right.
crazy. You be all right, but it's like no, this is something that I need to
Yeah.
address.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Absolutely.
you know,
Absolutely.
yeah,
And I'm telling you, and when you find also your your tribe, your circle of support, like I had three people that were consistently like checking in on me. Like one,
I love
my
that.
cousin Larry, my
Yeah.
friend Melanie, and my friend Corey, who lives in LA. you know,
Right. Right.
who that and he always checks in. He's like, I'm just checking in, and everybody has their own way of
Right.
doing it. But when you find people around you supporting, it doesn't have to be a lot of people. Just
Right.
that helps. That goes a long way too.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah. A- And I mean, I can't speak for you, but I think for certain people, and I had to do this for myself, I had to, in the process of me, healing. I mean, we're always healing. Like, there's no, oh, you're healed. Boom, magic is done. That's the thing I think
Right.
we need to drive home to folks is like,
Yes.
this is a journey. Like, we're always going to have something that we have to, like, deal with and overcome. But I will say on my healing journey, I had to also realize certain people in my life, even though I loved them and I had love for them, I had to, either limit my time with them or remove them out of my life because
Yes.
of the stressors that were
Yes.
caused. And I didn't realize that that was a part of it,
Yeah.
right? What was the time again? And I think for you, well, not think for you, I think for me, that was one of the hardest things that I had to do. And I don't, did you experience anything like that, or am I just kind of like the only
No,
one out here?
that's part. No, no, you're right. That is part of it. I mean, you got to make
Right,
those hard decisions. Like, yeah, it's what's best for you. Even though
right,
they could be family or people that you've
right,
known for so long, so much time. For
right.
for your mental health, for your progression in this journey, you have to make those hard decisions. I like how you put it. Either limit your time or sometimes you gotta totally remove yourself from,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Because if you don't,
Yeah.
it could cause you to backtrack and you're back where you
Yeah.
started, and
Right.
you know, so yeah, I've dealt with that
Yeah.
too.
No.
That's hard,
Yeah. No. It is hard, and
but
I think
necessary.
that was something that definitely struggled with for a long time. But I feel like now, I mean, now I'm a lot better with how I think about that, and because for the longest, I mean, I put myself through so many guilt trips. It's like, oh my gosh, how could you do this? You've known
Yeah,
these people for so long, or that's your family
yeah,
member, but it's like I gotta do what's best for me, which is
yep,
why I'm in therapy. I
that part.
mean,
I'm telling you,
seriously, yes, for sure.
man. Yeah,
So, Byron, thank you for sharing that because, like I said, I thought that was so important that we this one, you sharing your story, I think will help a lot of people. And then two, I think there's something about telling your story. It does something for you as well. It's like, man, I came through that. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Like
yeah,
at one point I didn't think I would ever even be able to say that I was victorious over this. Like I was in the trenches and just did
yeah,
not see a way out, you know?
yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So beyond us talking about this, we were talking also offline about, Byron still being this amazing director and musician and this Black History Month. Wait a minute, what day? Because this might be we might be airing this after the actual event. When is the event? That
uh,
it's a concert, right? That you guys are doing?
Yes, a concert. Girl, don't let me get up here lying. I had to look at the dates.
It's tomorrow. No.
Woo! Hey, oh god, I want to say it's because you said this airs on the 16th. I want to say
Yes.
it is that weekend. Wait a minute. So what's the 16th? What day is the 16th?
The 16th is a Monday. So, is it
I think it's
the
gonna be that
15th after?
Saturday. I mean that
Oh,
Sunday. I'm
so
sorry, that Sunday
that's Sunday. So
before this
15th
airs.
after Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I think so. You know what? Let me double check because I'm not
Okay.
quite sure, but I'm thinking that's what it is because I know it runs
Okay.
into some other stuff I got going on.
Okay. If this airs before the concert, great. So that you guys will be prepared for the concert. If it airs after the concert, you can be like, "Oh my gosh, that was that amazing director that I saw at that concert the other day. What in the world?" I'm dead serious. Like you think I'm playing around? I'm serious about this. Like what? I'm so serious.
Yeah, yeah.
So let me tell you, something, especially if you're not from Evansville and you just don't know about all the amazing talent in Evansville and the different um events that happen there. This actual like bringing together of the people to be a part of this choir has been something that's been happening. I this predates me.
Mhm.
Well, predates me. I'm like let's be serious. But
Yeah.
like it has been something that I know at some point it kind of like died off a bit, but then it was revamped again
Mhm.
uh with Reverend Hamler, right?
Mhm. Mhm.
Um and and that's something else that's like really is like, oh gosh, now that he has passed, it's just like, oh my gosh, that I know that's gonna be this program is probably gonna be pretty special
Mhm.
because um he's no longer with us,
Right.
but such an amazing individual, talented music. I mean,
Yeah.
unbelievable,
Yeah.
unbelievably talented.
Yes, sir. I mean, yes, ma'am.
Um, so, okay,
I say that to everybody.
ma'am,
I say that to everybody.
ma'am.
I'll be like, yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm a ma'am. I'm sorry. I just say that.
No, you're good.
It's all
First of
right.
all, it's all good. You don't have to call me ma'am. Like I know I'm older than you, but not that much. Like don't make me feel that old. Good Lord. I mean, I'm at that point. I'm definitely a ma'am. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely a ma'am. I'm 47. Like I just have to embrace it. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah,
still don't see it.
yeah.
Well, I mean, I see it, but I don't.
But
Does
you
that make
don't,
sense?
right? Right? Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I only see it when I'm around like kids my daughter's age, and I'm like, oh, girl,
yeah.
get somewhere and sit down. Like,
Right.
yeah, no, no, seriously, like, no, you're not young. I hate to break it to you, like, girl, it's okay, it's completely
Whoo,
fine. Um,
whoo.
but no, all that to say that this choir. So the choir. What's the name of the choir now? Is there
You know
is
what?
there a name?
I just say the Evansville Black History Community Choir. I
There
think
you
that's what
go.
it is. Yeah,
We're gonna go with that. We're gonna go with
yeah.
that. Because that's kind of like what the name has been loosely for so many years,
For so
right?
many years. Yeah, yep.
Yeah. Um, I'm really excited because Byron also shared that they're going to be doing the concert back at the old stomping grounds where I remember it happening at New Hope Missionary Baptist. Is Missionary Baptist Church? Am I
Yeah.
saying that
Uh
right?
huh. Yeah.
Okay. Um, and I just remember being a kid there and just being in awe. And this is where this all comes full circle. This
Yeah.
is where the first time I saw Byron at the age of probably like 6, 7, I don't know, directing the choir, and I was like, "Excuse me," because
Yeah.
I'm assuming like if you were like 6 or 7, I had to have been like maybe 9, because I'm what am I 3 years
Actually,
older than you?
when I actually directed that choir, I
Hmm.
was 12.
You were 12.
Yeah, I think I was 12. I think I
Then maybe I
just,
saw you. Okay, Alicia, what's happening? I saw you direct. No, I saw you direct Miss Diane's choir.
yeah,
That was the first time I saw you direct. That's what it
yeah,
was.
yeah, yeah.
Then again, when we were like middle school age ish, I
Hmm.
was probably like in high school. It doesn't matter. But the point of it
Right.
is, even you doing that, then I was like, yo, this kid is off the charts. Like this is crazy town. Like how is he doing this? Like because I mean, things like, and you don't have to go through all the like technicalities of it all, but I'm like, how does he know to do this and moving his hand back for the musicians and like
Yeah,
pointing? I was like, this is so many things happening. This is amazing,
yeah,
and you were so young,
yeah. And
you
nobody
know?
really taught me. It was just all. I'm a very observant person. If you show me how to
Right,
do something, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
right, right,
So that's just me watching people, like
right.
Pat Carson, Dr. Hinton, like Reverend
Yes,
Saunders Jr. All of those people I
yes,
would
yes,
watch. And it just became part of me.
right.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. You are amazing. You are
Thank you.
amazing, Byron
Thank you.
Landers.
Can I tell you this?
Um,
I'm sorry.
yes.
No, no, no.
No,
You was
go
getting ready.
ahead.
I don't want you to lose that. You know how we are. We in Club 40.
Okay. I'm almost in Club 50, but we won't talk about that. But whatevs. But what was I gonna say? Oh, no, I was just basically saying, like, I don't know. There it goes. Boom, it's over. What were you gonna say, Byron?
And I was ready. That's why I was like, oh, shut up, B. She gonna lose it. Come on.
It's fine. It is fine.
It was nothing. It was just about the whole Charles Fole thing. I remember
Yes.
when
Thank
we
you
were
for bringing
there.
me back.
I remember when we were there, and you know how we rehearsed for that week before the concert.
Yes.
And I think it's like the Friday night or the Thursday night. It's one of the last nights where
Mhm.
everybody who's gonna lead leads the song, and who's ever gonna direct. You do your run
Right.
through. Well, this particular night when I directed for the first time, uh, Pat Carson came up and was like, come on down." And I came down, and Charles Fole looked at me, and he turned and said, "I don't have no time to teach no little boy how to direct." So I heard it, and I kind of put my head down and walked back. And Pat Carson
Right.
jumped up and said, She said,
Right.
you come back, you come back. And she walked
Right.
over there and said something to him. And he shut his mouth, and I directed that song straight through without any stops or anything, straight
Yeah.
through. And he said, "That little boy made me eat my words." I'll never
That-
forget that.
I love that. And let me tell you something, that man was no nonsense. Like,
Yeah,
no nonsense.
right.
Right? So I can only imagine you that young and him saying that, and it's like, oh my
Yeah,
God.
yeah,
I, I bet he's gonna scurry off. Like,
yes, yes,
seriously.
yeah.
And
That's
you
how
are
I
from
felt.
Matt Carson.
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yep. Like
And so
everybody
did
was
he
rooting. Uh-huh.
right, but did he after that, did he like notice you every year after that?
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. He did actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. You're right. Yeah, he actually really did. Like every time I
Yeah.
get up to, do a song, he had this look of, okay, yeah, he's yeah, yeah,
He's
yeah. That's
legit.
that's one of the good directors. I ain't got to worry about him. So
Right, right.
yeah,
I, I love that. Thank you for sharing that story because I did not know that. I had no idea.
yeah, yeah,
I mean, meanwhile, I'm like in the back. I was sitting on the right hand side with the altos, just
yeah.
in the abyss of altos. So, of course, I wouldn't have known. Seriously,
Yeah, you're right.
I,
There's a lot of us.
it was a whole bunch of altos. It was actually a whole bunch of everybody. Let's be
Yeah,
serious. It was a whole bunch of
yeah,
everybody. Oh man,
yeah,
good times. I am rooting. I'm so excited. Hopefully, y'all. It'll be recorded or there'll be some type of Zoom where I can chime in to
yeah,
see y'all.
yeah. I hope so.
Yes,
I'll find out and
yes.
let you know.
Please, because I would love to see because that it brings back so many memories. Just like wow, 'cause that's
Yeah,
one thing I do miss is like singing in gospel choirs. And I say that all the time. Like I just and here in New York, it's just different. Like
yeah,
it's everything's so isolated. So it's a different type of feel here. It's not as
yeah.
community driven as
Mm-hmm.
it is. And also Evansville smaller too. Let's be serious, Alicia. Like
Well,
come
yeah,
on, but
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
there's nothing like it. Oh my gosh.
yeah, yeah.
Byron Landers, you are the bomb.
Ah,
Seriously.
thank you. You
Seriously,
are.
there's nothing you can't do. Yeah, that's how
Thank
I
you.
feel.
Oh, thank you
Seriously,
so
seriously,
much.
seriously. Thank you for being on the podcast. This
Thank
means
you for
so
having me.
much. Of
Ah.
course. Of course. And y'all, thank you for listening to this week's I can't even talk. Hello. This week's episode of the Eat Me podcast. I will see y'all next week. Yes.